The rumors are getting out of control. Could the Raiders really trade away their biggest defensive star? Some of these trade ideas are just plain ridiculous. Trade scenarios involving Raiders DE Max Crosby are downright ridiculous. It's undeniable that the Las Vegas Raiders' decision to trade away star pass rusher Max Crosby would constitute a significant culture reset. However, by all accounts, Crosby appears to be buying into what new head coach Pete Carroll is selling. Who can forget the images of No. 98 posing with Carroll on his coach's first day at Raiders HQ? It should go without saying that Crosby is the heartbeat of this team. Still, as we've seen, no one's above the shield. The trade scenarios being floated are ridiculous, and it shows that some people should stick to playing Madden. Whatever trade compensation you're considering for Crosby, it's likely insufficient. He is a 90% plus snap count, double-digit sack generator, disruptive tornado, and top-tier premium player in the prime of his career, injury aside. If the Raiders decide to move him, they will receive a substantial reward. And guess what? None of the ideas that outlets are creating check that off. For example, look at what Football Forever laid out along with the 33rd team. There's just no amount of draft capital that would equate to what Crosby does for the Raiders. Also, the Silver and Black don't need Deebo Samuel, certainly not in a package where the Raiders would give away Crosby. Now, just for hypothetical purposes, let's take a look at all of this. Why on earth would the Raiders trade Max Crosby? If new general manager John Spytek wants to completely tear down this roster to fit what Carroll's vision is, that would require tons of draft picks. So there's that. People want to say that Crosby could request a trade, which isn't impossible, but at this point, why would he? There's been zero indication he's interested in going that route. Though let's be real, could you blame him when you examine all of the coaching turnover during his tenure and the overall lack of winning? On the other hand, financial flexibility could be enticing for the Raiders. A new deal for Crosby is going to come at a hefty cost. That's unavoidable. The only scenario that appears realistic is that an NFL team, desperate for a proven commodity like a star pass rusher, would make an extravagant offer that Spytek and company would be unable to reject. What level of compensation would it take? The biggest flaw that we're seeing in all of the trade scenarios is that the volume of draft picks coming to the Raiders simply isn't enough. It would take multiple first-round selections. On top of that, the Raiders should receive a star player in return with any trade package. The question is, would a team that needs a pass rusher to get over the hump be willing to give up so many assets? Would the Raiders actually do it? This is unlikely to happen unless Crosby exerts pressure on them. The fan base would find it difficult to accept his departure, as he represents the face of the franchise. If they were to let him go, they would need to receive a substantial compensation package. A final note to take into account is the relationship between Crosby and owner Mark Davis. Although the elder Davis has stepped back and allowed minority owner Tom Brady to take the reins, this is still Mark's team. Any trade involving Crosby would surely have to get the green light from Davis. Is that even plausible? Doubtful. Let's be real, trading Max Crosby makes zero sense. The guy is the heart of this team. What do you think? Should the Raiders even consider it? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like the video.